Hi Mavericks, welcome back to our second Wit and Wisdom video. I hope that you enjoyed your Module 3 recap. Today we are going to move into Module 4. So today we're reading a new text. It's called Glass Slipper Gold Sandal. And our listening goal is for you to listen for a new idea. And your reading goal is to identify which character is telling the story and to describe story elements. So we'll be doing a little bit of our reading goal as our lessons progress. But today we're actually going to do a notice and a wonder as usual when we are reading a new text. So here is a link to where you can listen to the story. It is on YouTube because if Miss Brandy reads the story for you, it'll be way too long for our video. So I'd like for you to click on the link above right here, or you can just log out of this, go to YouTube and type in Glass Slipper Gold Sandal, and you'll be able to follow that same step for all of our module text. Remember, boys and girls, listen to the story first before you finish this video from today. So our essential question is, why do people around the world admire Cinderella? So after listening to the story, think about some reasons as to why people around the world might admire the character Cinderella. Our focusing question is, why do people admire Perrault's Cinderella? And our content framing question is, what do I notice and wonder about Glass Slipper Gold Sandal? So today I am going to take you through a notice and a wonder. Remember, make sure you have listened to the book being read aloud before you finish the PowerPoint, because that's where your activity for today's lesson will come from. You have to listen to the story first. It's very critical. Now, in the beginning of the book, you saw a map. And so we know that we can recognize countries all over the world and how they share similar story. Boys and girls, we've read many books before we actually ended our module 3. And we know that books come from many places from around the world. We especially learned that in module 1, where we learned how people get books from around the world. So can you think of any stories that we've read this year and where they have maybe taken place? So on our map you can see Zimbabwe, Iraq, Iran, India, China, Korea, Japan, Indonesia, Russia, Germany, Poland. There are so many places, and if I had the book in front of us, you would see a second side of the book that shows more countries and continents that we may have read books from there. So can you think back to any of the books? Waiting for the Biblioburro, My Library is a Camel, My Librarian is a Camel, any of those stories, and where the setting was in those stories. So now let's think back. We had Me Jane, which was the story was in Africa. We had The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, Malawi, and Waiting for the Biblioburro, which was in Colombia. And many countries were talked about in the book My Librarian is a Camel. Go ahead and kiss your brain if you remember any of those stories and where the setting was for those stories. So now, let's take a look at some of the pages from our text for today. What do you notice? And I'm going to have you just on a sheet of paper write one notice. And here's your sentence frame. As always, I notice blank. What do you notice about the pages that you're about to see? So here are 3 different pages from the text that you listen to online. So think about what you see that teaches you a new idea. And I'll go ahead and even read what's on this page. One day it was announced far and wide that the great king was in search of a queen. All the unmarried women dressed in their finest robes and set off for the palace. So think about what you could learn from this page. What do you notice? I noticed that the women are dressed in very fancy clothes. They are dressed in their finest clothes because they are going to meet the king to try to be able to marry the prince. I also noticed that they only ask for unmarried women. That means that the people who are going to go and try to marry the prince are people who are not married yet. Okay. You may remember some of these pages from the story being read aloud to you. Think about what you notice on these pages. What are your characters doing? What do you see? Look at the colors. Think about some of the vocabulary that was used on these pages. Now, here are a couple of more pages. You can make another notice from these pages. Let's see what we notice here. Okay, look at your character. Look at her foot and what she's trying to do. What do you notice? Who are the characters here? And then here, this page, this is taken from one of the last pages in the book. What's happening here? What do you notice? What do you notice about the illustrations? There are no words here. What does this teach you about the story and how it ended? So again, on a sheet of paper, your to-do is to write, I noticed, and one thing that you noticed. Remember, all sentences start with capital letters and end with the correct punctuation. So here are some notices that you all have shared. Someone said, I noticed there are different characters and settings, but they seem to be a part of the same story. You are so correct. I'm sending some shine to you for sharing that very strong and powerful notice. There are different characters and settings, but they are a part of the same story. The story reminds me of Cinderella. Absolutely. This is just a different version of the Cinderella that you may be used to seeing on TV or one that you may have read about in the storybook. The illustrations have lots of colors. Yes, every page has tons of bright colors to really help us to be engaged with the book and to be interested in the book. The illustrator used a lot of very bright colors. Now let's go ahead and think about some wonders that we may have, because whenever we notice, we always wonder. So wonders, make a wonder about this image. And remember, so under your notice, you have one notice. Now you're going to write your I wonder sentence frame. Remember, you can either write I wonder blank and tell me what you wonder, or you can start with the who, what, when, where, why, or how about any page in the story. So here's a page. It says, once she was eating well and proper, the girl bloomed into a right rare beauty. The stepmother couldn't fathom it, and meanwhile, her own sour-faced daughters would curdle the milk if they looked at it twice. Let me see what I can wonder about from this page. What questions can I come up with from this reading? I wonder what the word fathom means. Boys and girls, remember, as we are doing our wonders, we always want to pay very close attention to that vocabulary that our author is using, because that helps us to understand the story. So your wonder can most definitely be about a vocabulary word that you may or may not know. And then you can use your inside out strategy. Look at the words inside of it and around the word to help you to determine a meaning. Let's keep going. So here's some more pages that we can wonder about from our text. What can you wonder about these two pages? I'm certain the shoe will fit one of my fine favorite girls, said the woman, grunting and sweating. Her older daughter tried to wrestle the shoe on, but couldn't. Neither could the younger. That's a very powerful page that you all can come up with a wonder from, as well as the illustrations here. What are our characters doing? Why might they be doing that? What does it mean? All right, and here we have some more wonders shared by our amazingly talented and smart scholars. So, what kinds of shoes does the girl wear? Now, this scholar remembered and looked at some of the pages, not just the ones that were in the presentation. Who is the witch woman? That was another character that was mentioned in the book. Who is she? I like your thinking there. Where does the story happen? We always want to think about our story elements as we are coming up with questions, as we're noticing and wondering. Where does the girl meet the man? Okay. And why doesn't the shoe fit the stepsisters? All of those are really great wonders. See if you can come up with another wonder that is not mentioned here. All right, and as we wrap up today's lesson, we are going to do a look at our vocabulary deep dive. And your vocabulary word for today is admire, to like the qualities that someone has. So, what I have here is a chart. This chart says characteristics of people we admire. We admire or we like qualities about a person, like when they use integrity, when they use their grit, and when they have empathy for other people. Those are even our path to success traits that we talk about every day in school. Any of those traits are going to be traits that we admire, and that's why we talk about those every day. Characteristics that we admire that people have. Now, what are some characteristics that we don't admire? When people are dishonest, no way. Lazy, people that don't want to use their grit and work really hard each day. And people who are mean, people who just don't show love, that's just not characteristics that we admire about someone. Could you think of any other words that may go in our chart? Oh, someone who might have a growth mindset. I most certainly admire people who have a growth mindset. Great thinking. Now, today, your to do is to use a book that you have at home or think of someone you know and think about why you admire them. Go back in the presentation and look at our chart if you need a reminder of characteristics that show why we admire someone. And I want you to write at least 3 sentences. Now, parents, if you have a scholar that you know can do more, I want you to challenge them to do more. And here's your sentence frame as always. I admire, and you're going to put your person's name, because tell me why you admire them. Do they use grit? Do they have a growth mindset? Are they caring? Do they share? They are, and then you're going to use an adjective. Remember, adjectives describe a what? Yes, they describe a noun. And then tell me how that person helps you. So they help me blank. Has that person helped you do something before? And that's why you really admire them? And again, if you can write more sentences, we would love to see that writing. All right, scholars, that's all I have for you today. Parents, if you all could take a picture of your scholars' writing, of their notice, of their wonder, and post it on your class Facebook page, email it, or either inbox it to your teacher. But we would love to see what your scholar is doing for Wit and Wisdom today. Remember, keep writing, keep reading, and we'll see you soon.